Good morning. Welcome to a random stitcher. My name is Lone and I'm from Denmark. 2024 is running out. It's incredible. It's really, what a year. So much has happened and it went so quick, and yet a lot happened. This is the first whole year of my channel. I started it in the fall 23. So 2024 is the first whole year of my channel. So I was thinking about doing, like I have seen a lot of other channels are doing at the moment, end of the year with parade, and I was thinking about that. But then I was kind of thinking I really want to dive a little bit more into what has happened on my channel, not only with the whips, but other things. And I came up with another idea, and that is top 3. So yeah, I decided on doing a top 3 of kind of all the things cross-stitch on my channel for 2024. I have divided it in 3, almost 4 categories. First one is top 3 of my finished projects. Then there is top 3 of accessories, items I have purchased during the year. And then there is a category I have called top 3 skills, what I might have learned. And there's also a little bit, in the end, my successes and fails. So it's hard to rate them, but I'm just going quickly over those successes and fails. So let's start with the skills. My top 3. Top 3 things I learned or got better at in 2024. I will start with the bottom, kind of number 3, and that is backstitching. I have always struggled with backstitching. I started cross-stitching in, I think it was 22, a little bit, but I was still back then diamond painting a lot, so cross-stitching was not my main hobby, and I kind of avoided all project that has backstitching in. But in 2024, I fell in love with some projects that required me to do some backstitching, so I had to learn. Unfortunately, I don't have a project that I could use as a comparison, because I did a project in 23 with backstitching. That was absolutely not good. It was a gift for my granddaughter, and she still has it, so I can't show you. But yeah, backstitching, I think I'm getting better. So let me show you some examples. So I have 2 examples here. This one is 1. 2 bunnies. I can remember what it. I know it's a Joy Sunday, but I can't remember what it's called or anything. But yeah, I did backstitching on this. I'm pleased with it. So I also have this one here. I'm kind of taking everything down from my wall here. This one also, I think I did good with that. And then there also is my Viking dome, which I think is probably the one I'm most proud of. I think I did a very good job with the backstitching on this one. So yeah, that was the bottom, but still it's number 3 of my top 3 of skills. Number 2 is half stitching. That is something that I struggled with in 23. I tried it because I wanted to do larger projects, full coverage, and to kind of be able to do them a little bit faster. I really wanted to do half stitches, but I just couldn't. Wherever I tried it, because at the time I still was stitching mostly in hand, so whenever I tried it, it got stretched the wrong way, and it looked awful. And also I had trouble when I was stitching around something and trying to find out in the middle. It was like I couldn't wrap my brain around where the stitches were. So I kind of gave that up. But here in 2024, I picked it up again and decided I really want to do it. So I think I have... just Albert came in. I think I have managed it very good. I can give you an example here. Merry Mushroom Village Picnic, where you can see there's a lot of confetti, and still I had no problem finding out where to place the stitches. So yeah, I have absolutely no problem with backstitching now, and I am always stitching in frame, especially with counted pieces and larger. So that is my number 2. I'm very happy that I finally learned that. Number 1, that's probably the one that I'm most happy about, and that is that I learned to stitch with 2 hands. And I can take this out again, so if you know what I mean. You know, where you have one hand here and the other hand is underneath. So you can stitch much faster than if you are using only one hand, down, up, like that. So yeah, that is probably the one thing that I am most happy about that I learned. I don't know why it was difficult for me, but I think some of it was that I really was stitching a lot in hand. I did a lot of stamped ones, and so I did in hand because the fabric is pretty easy for hand stitching. It's more stiff, yeah. That's why, but I really wanted to do, I think one of the reasons that I wanted to learn that was because I wanted to do stitch with bees, and so that was my motivation for really, learn it. So yeah, that was top 3 skills. That is basic skills, I know, but I am probably still a basic stitcher, or at least I was in the beginning of 2024. So, yeah. So, we're moving over to top 3. Accessories. My favorite 3 items or accessories that I purchased in 2024. Starting with number 3, and that is clamps. Those babies. Those I use for stitch with me's. You can attach this to any table you want, and here you can attach your frame. These one they fit the best for Q-snaps, and also the scroll frames also fit there. They do not fit small hoops, but Q-snaps, they're very good at that. So you can, this one is just so easy. You can bring them if you're going on vacation or something, or going out of town. They don't take up much room in your bag, and you can attach them to, any table, really. So absolutely one of my favorites. Number 2, so a little bit higher, is actually those. I was meant to show you another frame, but my dog is lying there. So these scroll frames, I love them, and the most of them I have is made by my husband. Also this one, I love them. I really love them, and they have this game changer for me that I can roll it up like this, and it doesn't destroy the fabric. You can stitch on a bigger area, and I can have it in my clamps also, but I can also sit in my armchair with them, as I have shown in a video before. So I love those. They are really, really great. So they are my number 2. But my very first, my number 1 of all the things I purchased in 2024 is that thing behind me. That. My storage system, that's the best thing I have ever purchased, I think. They do cost some money, but they're really, really well worth it. I have one drawer for each DMC number, and even my husband can figure out how to go in and find some thread he needs or put something back. I mean, this is just the best system ever and the best thing I purchased in 2024. That's just a fact. So most of these units I have is this size. You can see it really fits perfectly a skein. Then I also got an extra with these larger ones. So, and it still fits, it's the same system. So you can either stack them like I have done, or it's also possible to hang them on the wall. So yeah, perfect system. I love it. Yeah. So the category 3 is top 3 finished cross-stitch projects. And I actually didn't have to think that long about it because I do have my favorites. And since I am relatively new in cross-stitch, I haven't finished that much. So let's go straight ahead with number 3. And that is Flower Cat. I cannot remember when I finished it, but I think it's early this year. This one. This was a stem kit, 11 count, and despite of that it's 11 count and sometimes it's not very detailed, this is just absolutely beautiful, and I loved working on it. I was kind of sad when I was finished with it because it has just been such a joy. So yeah, I really loved it, and it's hanging on my wall now. Thinking of getting the kitty a frame. The reason why I got it really was, I love the colors, but also the kitty reminds me of my old cat. So but that's my number 3. I love it. Number 2 is my Viking gnome. I loved it. When I started out with it, I wasn't sure if I was going to do it because I started out with all this light colors over here on white fabric, so it was really almost not visible what I was stitching. But then as I stitched the top here, I started to do a back stitching up here, and then I was just this is going to be good, and I really think it's good. I like this little guy. So that's my number 2 favorites. But and by the way, if you need a link or anything, just let me know and I'll try to find it for you. But I think my very favorite of them all so far is my Freddie Mercury. Yeah. I just love it. I love everything about it. I think it's so beautiful. I love the colors. Love Freddie Mercury. Loved Queen. Loved his music, and I think it's just, and I think the pattern is very well done. So yeah, absolutely my number 1. I was so happy when I finished it because it was a little bit of struggle with the white. Not gonna lie, the white up here struggled, but when something is a little bit hard, the bigger joy it is to finish it, to accomplish it. So yeah, it really felt like an accomplishment. So that was 3 categories. I do have one more kind of, that is my successes and fails. There has been some fails. And to kind of end this video with a woohoo feeling instead of I will start with the fails. So number 3 is kind of not a fail. At the time when I did it, it was a fail. But it turned out to be a success. And that is Byron Blackbird. A modern housewife. Can't remember her name. She's on Etsy. Is it Modern Housewife? Oh. But this one, it was meant to be on a just a light background, one color background. Then I ran into a lot of issues because I had chosen color 37.99. And at one point I ran out and I couldn't find the one that I was, I couldn't find the exact color that I was, skein that I was working on. So I found another 37.99 and started stitching, and it was late night. I didn't realize that it was completely different. It was 37.99, but it was just different. It was very noticeable. So I decided to color it. Now I think I have repressed the memories, but what it was I colored with. But anyway, it kind of just ran out, and it was just terrible. So I just thinking, okay, so I'll just dye a little bit of the to make it look, because it ran out up here. So let me just, I had some dark, was it black or dark gray dye? So let me just try. So I just blobbered on, and I loved the result, but it was really, I was almost heartbroken because, man, it was frustrating. But now I love it. It's just, first of all, I think it looks like a crow, but never mind. The bird, it looks like it's just sitting in a rainy day, and yeah, it's fall, autumn, so rainy day days. So that was a fail that's actually turned into a success. It's lucky that when it goes like that. So my number 2 is this one, Jurassic Park. I stitched this on a fabric that I dyed myself, but I haven't. Unfortunately, I didn't got all the excess color out, and I didn't secure the color, and I have drawn grid lines on it. So when I try to rinse that grid line off, the color simply ran out in this. So all the colors are very, very faded. The letters here should have been white, they're gray now. The yellow here is kind of gray yellow, and also the red here, so the black has, what it was, has run down in this, so 2 shades of red. So that was a fail. So it's not hanging on my wall. It's just, I don't know why I'm holding on to it. But so I actually have kind of 2 fails. But next one is my green lady. I don't have it anymore because I've thrown it out. But if you have been with me for a while, have been following my channel here, you probably remember the struggle I had with it. First of all, I spilled cola on the fabric. It was a stamped one, so all the stamp just blurred out. Then I also, because I couldn't decide at the time, should I stitch with 3 strands, 2 strands? Should I stitch with full crosses, half crosses? And I ended up doing everything. And on top of it, there was all this blurred with a very large piece that where I absolutely could not see the symbols. And it just ended up with, because on top of it I have half stitches here, full crosses there, and it just looked awful. So I just decided this is a lost case. So it went. Yeah, so that was a major fail, probably my biggest fail, and I learned a lot from it. Definitely. I learned that don't try out all that stitching, different kind of stitching in one project. No. So I think I also want to show this as a fail, because I have ended up stopping this. This is Mary Mushroom Village Picnic. Can put in a picture so you know what I'm talking about. And I have stopped this because it's very confetti heavy. It is a very big one. I'm really not enjoying it. So it's kind of a fail, but it's kind of also a success, because it means that I'm more and more getting tuned in on what I really like. So, but it's still kind of a fail because I have stopped it. Okay, successes, yeah. Number 3 of my successes. It's not necessarily the one my favorite project, but what I consider as a success is this one. My pillow. This is poppy flower. I think it's called Big Red Poppy from Deutsche Sunday. And there was a couple of things I was success with because I managed to learn French knots. I did a lot of French knots here. So the other thing was I actually managed to turn it into something and not just hang on my wall on these hangers. So I actually made something out of it, and I'm very, very proud of that. So, and I think it looks very beautiful. Plus, it was a kind of a whip of shame because I've had it for a long time. It was one of the first stamp ones I got. So, I took it out, I think it was this summer, and finished it. So, yeah, absolutely one that I'm proud of. Yeah, then actually I have to pull out Byron again. I think it was success. I got the fail turned into a success, and that is amazing when that happens. So, yeah, Byron is in that category also. And then I consider this also a success because he's framed. I found a frame, and also I struggled because I have cut the fabric too short here. So it was a struggle to find a frame that fits, and I also actually stitching on it when it comes to way out in the sides here. Difficult to have it in a frame and stuff. So I struggled, and I kind of, I think the last month or something, it was like, oh, that's white also. So yeah, I'm proud that I got him done. So yeah, I think he's a success. So yeah, that was my top 3 of things that has happened on my channel, kind of. Happened in my stitching world anyway. I am thinking about another video kind of like this, but let us see. So let me know in the comments, what is your favorites of your own projects or things you have purchased or something. It's always interesting to hear. And if you want to do a video like this, most welcome. Don't feel you're copying or anything. I would love to see videos like this from you guys out there. So but thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and if you did, I hope you will push that like button, and there will probably be another video you can go and check out here. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. I will speak to you soon in a floss tube. So take care and happy stitching. Bye bye.